on to some fantasy football news, because let's be honest, fantasy football is the only kind of fantasy that people really play. Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is out again, which means Charlie Batch gets the start, which also means you should probably sit all your Steelers wide receivers, including Mike Wallace, who some say could be demoted and see a reduction in his playing time. In Chicago, Matt Forte is back in, and the Bears ride him like a wild horse, so start him if you got him, and don't worry about his injury. In Minnesota, Percy Harvin is out again with an ankle injury, and unless you have Adrian Peterson, you really have no one else on offense for the Vikings to start. Cincinnati wide receiver Mohamed Sanu has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his foot. He's going to go under surgery and could be out for the rest of the season, so drop him if you got him. Might be the best advice I can give you. Steven Jackson has been hot recently, and last time he played the 49ers, he ran for 101 yards and a touchdown. So start him and keep him started for the rest of the year, in my opinion. In New England, keep an eye out on Wes Welker. He's a game-time decision, and a little water bug might be great if he starts, but you don't want to have him sitting in there if he's going to give you no points. In Green Bay, Greg Jennings is back against the Minnesota Vikings, and Aaron Rodgers loves this guy. So if you have Cobb, you may want to put him in the flex position or not start him at all, because Greg Jennings is probably going to be the go-to guy in this game. And now a question from one of our fans. At Fantasy Football, that's with a Z, not an S, asks, should I start Marcel Reese with Darren McFadden coming back from injury? I'm going to start Marcel Reese in my league. I think he's a great back, and McFadden is the workhorse and the franchise back of the Oakland Raiders. He gets hurt a lot, that's true, but they're not going to rush him back from injury, give him tons of touches, and risk him getting injured again. Marcel Reese is going to get the most of the touches. He's considered the starter, and I think you should start him in all formats, no matter who else you have. Make him one of the two running backs that you start, because he's going to get his touches, and he's going to get points for you. Now for my top picks this week in fantasy. For quarterback, it's got to be Colin Kaepernick of the 49ers. He's playing against a middle-of-the-pack St. Louis Rams defense, and this is the second time seeing them after replacing Alex Smith in the middle of the game last time. They tied last time, so he's probably going to come back and want to show that he can beat them, and he's on a hot streak. For running back, it's Rashard Jennings of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's considered the starter again, and he's playing against a second-to-last run defense in Buffalo, and he's going to run all over them, and I think he's going to pick up a lot of points, and he also is a great receiver out of the backfield. For wide receiver, you got to start Josh Gordon of the Cleveland Browns. He's playing against a bottom-of-the-pack Oakland pass defense, and Brandon Weeden is starting to come around as a starting quarterback, and he loves Josh Gordon. It's his go-to target. So start him and get the points and thank me later. At tight end, Dallas Clark of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is playing against the Denver Broncos, who just happened to have given up 8 touchdowns to opposing tight ends this year. So start Dallas Clark. He's going to get touches. He's going to get catches. He's going to be great. He's going to get you a lot of points. And defense, it's easily the Dallas Cowboys. They're playing against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is a mess this year. They have a backup QB, and Deshaun Jackson, their fastest receiver, is out for the season. So I expect the Cowboys to pick up a lot of defense and maybe score 1 or 2 defensive touchdowns. And now for your viewing pleasure, little tips and tricks on what to watch this week and weekend. On Saturday is the SEC Championship between Alabama and Georgia, with the winner playing Notre Dame in the BCS National Championship. In the NFL, Minnesota versus Packers on Sunday. Divisional rivals, this is heated, and this is the first time they meet this year. Baltimore versus Steelers, with the Baltimore beating Steelers last time and holding a lead in the AFC North. And the St. Louis Rams against the 49ers. Last time they played, Colin Kaepernick came in halfway through the game, and the game ended in a tie. In basketball on Saturday, the Clippers and the Kings meet in in-state. Okay, we can go back a little bit. Just go to the Clippers and there you go. In basketball, in-state rivals, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Sacramento Kings face off on Saturday. And on Sunday, the Lakers face the Orlando Magic, with Dwight Howard returning to face the team that he wanted to so drastically get away from. And also on Saturday, in boxing, it's Cotto versus Trout as the headlining card. That's our show, and thanks for watching. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at @ThisSportsTweet for all the latest sports scores and updates, and to ask us a fantasy question. And make sure you tune in next week when Alex introduces us to the extreme sport of taser ball. Should be a fantastic time to see him tased while trying to score a goal. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.